Sarah, a young woman living in Los Angeles, decided to study a legacy from the past. His grandfather had told his family that he had found a key to a very old house and that he needed to solve the mystery of this house. This old house was once mysteriously abandoned outside the city. Nancy decided to go to the glamorous mountains of Montana for a long-term vacation. The cabin he rented was in a quiet and isolated place deep in the forest. He wanted to spend time peacefully and enjoy nature. But his first night began with a fear that he will not forget. As the sun was setting, the atmosphere of the cabin seemed to be trapped. But at night, he began to feel strange things in the air. Later in the night, he began to hear strange noises inside the cabin. He went from one of the rooms to another and tried to figure out the source of the sounds, but could not find anything. When he went to dream, he felt that something was wrong. He felt as if the doors had been closed, as if he himself had been trapped inside. He quickly went back to his bed and checked the door. The door lock seemed to lock itself. In a panic, he tried to open the door, but it wouldn't open. At that moment, a strange shadow began to move inside the house. Shadows were moving about the walls, as if something had come to life. Suddenly, he saw a black figure slowly appearing from inside the room. This figure was dressed in a long black robe, and his face was covered. The woman screamed and thought about escaping through the window, but there was no light outside. The figure approached and lifted the cover of his black cassock. There was no face in it, just a dark void. The figure quietly approached him and extended a hand. The woman pushed the figure with her hand and tried to run away, but the figure caught her. A groan rose from within him. The figure entered her body and took over her consciousness. Now he was seeing the world through the figure's eyes. During the night, he wandered with the eyes of this figure and wanted to see the world outside. However, he seemed to be trapped inside the figure. When morning came, the figure left her body and the woman returned to her own consciousness. But after that night, he could never relax alone in the cabin. He could not unravel the secret of the black figure and the locks of the cabin. This mystery lived with him and followed him for the rest of his life. Sarah, a young woman living in Los Angeles, decided to study a legacy from the past. His grandfather had told his family that he had found a key to a very old house and that he needed to solve the mystery of this house. This old house was once mysteriously abandoned outside the city. Sarah decided to spend the night in this old house in order to solve this mystery. The house was in disrepair and worn out, as it had been abandoned for many years. This, however, caused him to wonder even more about the mystery. When night fell, he entered the house slowly. With a small lantern, he began to explore the mysterious corridors of the house. He could hear strange sounds in every corner. Footsteps, light breaths, and strange whispers. However, whenever he returned, no one was there. Sarah found a mirror in an old room. The mirror was covered with dust for years, and its image was darkened. But he started to see things. A shadow-like figure appeared in the mirror. The figure was looking straight at him. As he quickly turned away from the mirror, the figure also appeared in the room. She started to run away in fear and went to other rooms, but the figure was following her everywhere. Sarah tried to figure out who this mysterious figure was. She was showing me a picture from her mother's old diaries. In the picture, there was a group of people next to someone who looked like the figure in the mirror. He understood that this figure belonged to this family. The figure in the mirror approached him and held out his hand. Sarah, as she held the figure's hand, suddenly began to see past the house. What happened at home, family secrets, and a dark past were emerging. Sarah realized that the figure in the mirror was actually a reflection of the house's past. That figure seemed to be a kind of ghost that guarded the secrets of the house and its past. Sarah decided to solve the family secrets and cooperated with the figure inside the mirror, revealing the secrets of the house's past. But the revelation of these secrets caused more and more strange events at home. While fighting the mysteries in the house during the night, Sarah's determination and courage ensured that the secrets of the family and the secrets of the house were revealed. Finally, the mystery of the house was solved, and family secrets were revealed. Sarah had a moment when the figure in the mirror thanked her and left the house. However, he never forgot that night, because it was a night when he bravely stepped in to discover both family secrets and the house's past. Emily decided to escape the chaos of New York City and live in an old and quiet stone house. He had bought a plot of land, and deconstructing this house had become a passion for him. But the silence of one night caused her peace of mind to turn into hell. That dark night, a violent storm began. The howling of the wind and the pounding of the rain on the house woke Emily from her sleep. His dreams were made impossible by the lightning light entering through the bedroom windows, making it impossible for him to dream. He wanted to turn on the room lights, but noticed that the lamp socket next to the lights was not plugged in. This made Emily uneasy. He slowly got up from his bed and looked at an old mirror in the opposite corner of an empty bedroom. The mirror was covered with cracks and stains for many years. But tonight, the mirror showed the reflection of something. Instead of seeing her own face frozen, Emily saw a dark presence behind her. The being was looking at him and approaching him with a subtle smile. He retreated in terror and tried to quickly close and lock the door of the room, but the door lock was useless. He decided to leave the room quickly and went down the stairs. But the end of the stairs did not come and seemed endless. In a panic, she decided to turn around and go to the bedroom. However, when he returned to the bedroom, the mirror was still showing the reflection of that dark presence, and this time the presence was even closer. It was as if that being was about to come out of the mirror. Emily let out one last scream and smashed the mirror, neutralizing the presence from the mirror. When he did, everything in the house returned to normal. The mirror had been shattered and darkened, but the being had vanished. Emily could never sleep alone in that house after that night, and she had to leave her old stone house. The memory of that dark night, however, was always with him and recalled him fearfully.